Good morning, everybody. Yep, you're in the right place. Cliff Yates, you're on the channel. Glad you're here, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Growing a community of progress, and I want you to be a part of it. All good stuff, all personal growth, self-improvement, philosophies that we can apply to our life to make it better. Better today than it was yesterday. Not getting too much in comparison mode with other people. Start from where you're at and go from there. Have a destination in mind, have some goals, something you're working towards. That's really going to be the key factor in having a life that is fulfilling, not just successful. I'm always finding for the past 30 years and recognizing how so many successful people, they've accumulated great wealth, a lot of assets, and yet they're unfulfilled, not even happy. So we don't want to achieve with the goal of being happy. We want to happily achieve. We choose today to be happy, and then we achieve. That's the best way to go forward, the best way to be fulfilled in life. It's not going to be enough to get, to be successful, to have a lot of money. You know, at a certain point, more money is not going to move the meter on your happiness. And that's the lesson today. Another lesson, start from where you're at. Wherever you're going to go, you pick the destination and you start. And here's the example I got from yesterday. Two people I talked to. One was my good buddy, 65 years of age, but because of his career as a fire person, and a bad fall that he took and a back injury that he had, he's exercising, and I'm so glad he is, because he really didn't do a lot of exercise in his younger years. But he was really happy yesterday that he was going 1.8 on the treadmill, and he went 1 mile. And so I encouraged him, right? Same day yesterday, I talked to my mom. She's 90. She did 3 miles. Right? 3 times as many as my buddy, who is 25 years younger than my mom. But of course, she doesn't have the injury that my buddy does. So we can't be in comparison. We're all in different circumstances. I was talking to an acquaintance, not a good friend, but acquaintance I have in the gym. Yeah, Big Mike. And we were talking about our workouts, and he was talking about an injury that he has, but that he continues to work around it, right? Sometimes you have to provide yourself with a workaround. Hey, you know what? I have a broken hand, but I can still get into the gym and I can do certain things. I can do my legs. I can do some flexibility and stretching exercises. I don't want to get in the mindset of, oh, I'm hurt. I have an injury. I can't go to the gym now. I got to sit on my ass on the couch. No, there's still stuff we can do. And it's really going to help our mental health as much as our physical health, because it's so easy to get discouraged and or depressed when we have an injury, something that's holding us back. And so I try to fight that myself sometimes. Now, I've been without pain or injury for quite a while. Now I have a little strain in my wrist, so I have to fight. Don't be a crybaby and not do your workout. It's a minor little pain that I will get over. It will heal. Get back in the gym and get after it. So I'm staying on my workouts today, and I'm going to be at the gym right now in a few minutes. Hope you are getting your exercise in. That's the most important thing in life. Recently, when you get to be my age in years, not with energy, ambition, vigor, because I'm only 27 in that regard, but age-wise, I'm 68. But some of the people that have as many years as I have, recently, a couple people have passed away. And, some things we can't control. Our health we can't control as far as, life's going to happen, disease can happen, but we can play a role. Exercise, nutrition can have an effect on the genes that are expressed or not expressed. And so we want to take as much control as we can and do what we can, and then let the cards fall where they may. All right, everybody, good morning. Subscribe to the channel. Do the right thing. Join a community of progress. Reach out to other people. Take a lot of notes. I was talking yesterday, and I was talking to a friend about, they said they had a bad memory. And I go, no, you don't have a bad memory. You got a weak memory. We all have perfect memories. They're just weak. And we can strengthen them. Just like we can strengthen our biceps and we can have a strong mind, we can work on our memory. And so I've been working on that. When I meet new people, I will repeat their name in conversation several times. And then a lot of times when I leave their presence, I will make some quick notes in my phone. And then when I get back to the gym, I have a gym notebook in my phone for people that I've met and talked to in the gym. So I know I freaked out a guy yesterday because I met him 3 weeks ago. And I remembered his name was John. And I remembered I wrote down some notes, but I didn't know what they were. So I took a quick look and I go, oh, okay. So then in passing, I saw the gentleman. I said, hey, John, I met you a few weeks ago. Retired NYPD, right? You got your 2 sons. One's on the job and the other one's a pilot. I hope they're doing well. Good to see you. I know it freaked him out because he's thinking, holy shit, this guy remembered my 2 sons. One's a pilot. One's a cop. He remembered me. And so I had a little fun with it. So have a little fun with it. And use different tricks to trick your memory. I was watching a video by Bob Proctor, the guy that was in the movie The Secret. And he was talking about, make crazy images, to remember certain things. And he was saying, he picked up his hourglass and he said, just make an image of this hourglass with legs running around the room in a crazy fashion. And now every time you think of that hourglass, you're going to think of it running around the room with crazy legs. You'll never forget it. Little tricks that we can use. All right. Listening while driving. I love it. Listen, I'm talking while driving. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm getting after it today in the gym. I am going to do my leg workout today and doing some jump rope. And then I'm going to stop at the store. So now you know my routine today. And I hope you have a great day today. And today is day 1 of the rest of our lives. Forget about yesterday, except for the wisdom and the lessons we can take from it, bringing them forward to today. But otherwise, it's day 1. Start from right where you're at. Decide where you're going. Pick a destination and start working in that direction. And that's just the message I like to pass on. But stay strong. I like going into the gym. I like seeing a lot of young people that are working out, exercising, using weights. And I see a lot of older people my age exercising and working out, because otherwise in life I look around and I see the condition of the males today, predominantly weak, fat, out of shape, look like shit. And but you have to remember, that's not everybody. That's only a predominant force of the USA population. And so we don't want to be in that group. We want to stand aside. I was listening to Andy Frisella, somebody I listened to on YouTube, and he has a little academy. It's called, and he has a program called 75 Hard. But he talked about yesterday, we need to bring back some bullying to a certain extent. Of course, bullying today can be very bad and very toxic, causes suicides because it's never ending, right? We used to go to school and be bullied, and then when we leave school, it was done. But now with everybody online, these kids are on their phones, they could be bullied 24/7. So I know it's a different ball game, but if I hadn't been pushed around, underweight, skinny in high school, I would have probably never became obsessed with how can I get bigger? How can I learn to create muscle? How can I learn how to lift weights? I wouldn't have been obsessed with learning all these things about getting big and strong, which I practiced for the past 55 plus years, which has served me well in my longevity, my exercise, well, not my exercise, and my energy levels. And my quest to always be learning, hooked on learning. Hey, great to see you. Hey, Marty, all right, great to see you, my brother. Marty, I got to have you back on the podcast. You're one of those high achievers, and you got a few years in age, but energetically wise, ambitious wise, you're also in your 20s. I'm glad you're hearing them. Hey, you're always a regular listener. If you haven't already listened to my episode with Martin Williams, I mean, he is awesome. This guy, he led an expedition to the South Pole from the North Pole, and they did it by human power, hiking, biking. Martin, one of the greatest episodes I've ever done. All right, brother, thanks for checking in, and I'll see you in the next video. Everybody, if you